one of the worst positions you can find yourself in is to have a quarterback that is good enough to where if you got rid of him, you will regress. There's no way to get rid of him without doing so. But at the same time, he's never going to be good enough to lead you to a title. And I think three people fall into this group, among others. Kirk Cousins, to me, is leading the group. I love the guy, but I think Derek Carr is also on the list. And now officially, I think Baker Mayfield is also on the list.
What a list that is.
Guys.
What a list that is.
Guys, for years, I felt that way about Tony Romo. I was like, look, he's good enough that we're never going to have a losing season, but we're never going to win a Super Bowl.
You can't get rid of him without going backwards.
We just got lucky with Dak.
You know what? It's tough to argue with what you just had to say. I'm not going to lie, Nathan, but I've already told you what Baker Mayfield's problem is in terms of his visibility and also his brand. And it's being the first overall pick in a draft. That's it. If you're a first overall pick in a draft, you are that surefire guy. That's it. You're the guy, and we're going to put the game on your shoulders, and that's it. And now he's got a coach who's, as Trent Dilfer mentioned last week, and thanks to call, Nathan, to give us this food for thought. Baker Mayfield has got a coach who set up a system where it's not on him to win it. And guys like Odell Beckham Jr. are sent packing because he doesn't fit in that system where you've got to be at a certain spot. And if you're not at a certain spot, and you're in a certain throw and certain this, certain that, and if you're down 14, the system is not built to come back. And guess what happened? They got down 14. So is it Baker's fault? Is it the fact that yesterday is one of those bury the tape type things for Cleveland? Right? Is it Baker's fault that they got blown out yesterday?
If you can't bring them back, then yeah, you're part of the problem.
Well, what about the fact that Myles Garrett and the rest of that defensive line disappeared? They put zero pressure on Mac Jones yesterday. There's two sides of the ball, sir.
Mac Jones, if you only score 7 points, then what are we doing?
I know. I get it. But they're not built to come back from 14 down. You heard that from Trent Dilfer on Friday. What a way to set up the weekend. They got down 14, and it was a wrap.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, the fact that he's a first overall pick, and then there are others taken in the draft. One's already won an MVP, 32nd overall, and another one taken by the Bills has got an MVP resume right now, and those guys have already been signing their $100 million contracts, and Baker Mayfield is not.
Also, just piggyback.
But also, hold on a minute. Let me finish up here.
Sure.
Let me finish up here. The 32nd overall pick has got the legs, and now the arm. Right?
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
And that game has been completely centered around him. Totally. The game plan, everything. Centered around his ability to put the game on his legs, and now he's been putting it on his arm.
But he's
correct?
much more athletic than Baker.
That's correct, because that's what they've centered it around him. The other guy got Stephon Diggs. Was Odell supposed to be a Stephon Diggs?
Supposed to be.
Is Diggs a better fit in Buffalo in the system that they run than Odell was in Cleveland?
Seems like it.
Okay. So it appears that if the running game is not working, it's a wrap. Although Ernest Johnson had almost 100 yards rushing.
But that's going to be my point. Like just the idea of constructing your team as run first in the 2021 NFL, it doesn't really work. And when you look at the Titans, you're like, well, they run first, yes, but also they have look at their offensive weapons on the outside as pass catchers. And they have a quarterback who can wing it around the field.
What about the idea that, again, just what Dilfer had to say, that he's got the breeze in him, got to get the ball out fast, got to be accurate. Remember Breeze was cast aside by San Diego. And then he goes to New Orleans. Do you think Baker Mayfield can never do it? I mean, at least Cousins, he's gotten more run than Baker has.
I think.
And so is Derek Carr.
I think Baker's
and the thing with
run
Cousins
with
is he's
Cleveland.
paid like he's a franchise quarterback.
Well, he made smart business decisions, but
Correct.
I just think it's not going to happen in Cleveland for Baker. It's just not. Which is too bad.
No, I don't even.
Bad.
Can you put up Cleveland's
Browns fans obviously deserve
schedule,
it. And
please?
he deserves it. He's a fun player.
Let's talk more about this.
I don't see it.
Then we'll take a break, and then we'll get to overreaction Monday. But this year now they're 5-5, right? They have their games against Baltimore still left, right? So the division is not gone. The division is not gone. They're home for Detroit. Let's say they don't tie them. Okay?
Okay.
Right? And then they got those games against Baltimore back in the mix. At Green Bay is going to be a
really
tough one,
tough finish, man. Look at the post-bye. They could lose all 5 of those.
Well, home against Vegas, they should win that one. I'm sorry. Certainly with the way that we saw Vegas play last night, and they're just...
But the Raiders are one of those up-and-down teams.
At Green Bay, that's going to be a tough one on Christmas Day. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. At Pittsburgh on a Monday night. Hello. Before finale against Cincinnati. I'm just saying I'm not ready to say Baker can't do it this year.
That's 3-2 at best, though, to finish the
maybe.
year.
Maybe not. Chubb and Hunt come back. They're all there, and they're going to get some... I mean, honestly, the number of times the Steelers are supposed to be done, they're not.
Yeah, it's been a weird...
The Chiefs are supposed to be done, they're not. I'm not ready to do that to Cleveland just yet. I just won't do it just yet. But this year has definitely been a step back. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
A little different than me coming on the air, as I did 1 week ago today, telling attaboy to Baker Mayfield. But Belichick does that to a lot of people. I mean, of all the people that Belichick has tormented the most over the last few years, anybody come close to Sam Darnold or what? Seeing ghosts, broken shoulder, in comes Cam like he never existed in Carolina.
Yeah.
Within 1 week. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.